Liberians in and out of Liberia by sharing their successes, challenges, entrepreneur endeavors, and much more with the intent to inspire other upcoming changemakers. The 1847 show also promotes the Liberian culture by creating a platform for individuals to learn the history of our nation, to find solutions to problems that affect our country today. For this and much more, stay tuned for All Things Liberian. We'll be right back after this short break.
Lucky ball.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of Liberia and to the republic for which it stands. One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I don't know. Listen. Mama Liberia, you will rise again. And more your friend and you will shine again. Yeah. Nobody will look down on you again. I prophesy to you, you will regain your dignity again. All hill, Liberia hill. Red, white, and blue is where I represent for sure. This new land of liberty shall long be for all of us. I'm not talking about one person, all of us. History said you've been the cornerstone of Africa. You've been a safe place when it's free slave came back to Africa. That green pepper goes. Hey, Mama Liberia. I can't wait to see you taking over Africa. You ain't got the power to do it, man. You are lifted. See your children, look at how they gifted.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder of Destiny Creative Organization and owner at Genesis Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
We at Peace TV help your loved ones and friends to see features of your programs on all social media platforms. Our services are of good qualities and very affordable. We render the following services: still pictures, video promotion, talk show hosting, live wedding coverage, funeral services, and so much more. So what are you waiting for? Book us today and have a memorable experience.
Welcome back. You're watching the 1847 show, and this is Season 1, Series 2, Episode 10, which is the dialogue and is the final episode of our series called Digitalized Liberia. This series has highlighted individuals solving real problems by integrating technological solutions to make Liberia a digitalized nation. For this dialogue, we've gathered some bright minds who are pioneering the development and advancement of IT in Liberia. It is evident that these individuals are driven by passion, and we're hoping that their passion for IT and Liberia fuels a productive dialogue today, as we all continue to find ways to utilize IT in all aspects of rebuilding a productive Liberia. Our first guest today is Charles G. Pong, who is the managing director and co-founder of Cygic IT Solutions. Our second guest today is Willie B. Tingba, who is the CEO and president of Mensona IT Solutions Group and the founder of the Liberian Information Technology Student Union. Our third guest today is Christopher Jones, who is the co-founder and director of e-commerce at Easy Market, which is the #1 online shopping platform in Liberia. But before we start talking all things Liberian, don't forget to follow, subscribe, share, comment on the stream to stay engaged. So we're going to introduce our guest now. Hello, fellows. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm good, and you?
I'm good. So tell us a little bit about yourselves before we get started, who you are, and what's your passion, what's driving you. We'll start with you, Mr. Fung. All right, Mr. Jones, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I'm Chris B. Jones, and uh, I lead the Easy Market. Our activities now, I think we are going to our 4th year in this business. So I've been quite passionate about how we can use technology to support businesses, but also position our country on the global stage, or maybe in the Western region to just look more better in the sense for technology. We're all been behind in different sectors. So for me, how we can promote technology in our country, at least then in our region, people can look at Liberia a bit better. Because a few years back, we were behind a lot of things. I know we are still behind a lot of things, but now Liberia is ahead of some of our regional counterparts about e-commerce and other activities. A lot of good things are happening. I'm happy that we have most of my colleagues on this call because we are doing different activities in our different fields, different ways that we're impacting the country. I think it's great, and young people can learn from us to see how, all right, I can follow with the team and the achievement and chance for achievement to be successful. But from the different perspective that we see how we support our country, especially using technology, I think it's great and it's something we're excited about and we'll continue to do. And thank you again for having me.
Of course. Mr. Charles, you want to go? If you're speaking, I believe you're muted still. No, we still can't hear you. I think you're still muted. I will let Mr. Tingbar go next until Mr. Charles figures out the.
Yes, thank you very much. And like the issue of passions, I do strongly believe that for every young person or every change agent of the 21st century should be driven by the presence of information communication technology. Take into consideration that there is a go across technology that actually go across our knowledge based economy. So we can be people of profession within the era of technology and finding ourselves in a country that has refused to adapt to technology. So I think what have actually got me involved with in this, it has to do with taking into consideration that we have the presence of artificial intelligence that has changed things around for people, and it is unfortunate that we continue to acquire knowledge within self field, but our country are now adapting to that. So what actually inspired me is to learn and give back to my community, see how best we can create first awareness for our country before the issue of the framework and form of the adaptations of this technology into our country. Thank you very much.
Of course. And we're going to give Mr. Pond again. He's having some technical issues. Can you introduce yourself now? So the question was basically, what's your passion? What's leading you to do what you do today? I can hear you if you're speaking. Yes, you might need to change the input or output of your microphone or something. It might not be connected to where you're speaking from. But anyways, we'll give him a
Can I
second here.
remove the earpiece?
Yeah. The
Charles, you could remove the
computer
earpiece, please.
is not trying to cooperate with the man. We all have those technical days where things just don't want to go right. But anyways, let's kick off the discussion. People are already familiar with Charles to a great extent. He said he's removed the earpiece, but it's still not working. Maybe you know what they can all say the basic restarting your computer. Maybe that might work. I don't know. But we're here for you, Charles. We want you to be a part of the discussion. So if you can, just try to log out and try it again. But anyway, guys, let's go right into the discussion. So the biggest elephant in the room right now is a female not being present. Of course, during this series, we did interview one person who was a female, and that's Shalom Masaleh. She is an instructor, computer science instructor at the American School. However, she was the only one that we could get on the show. There are other women in Liberia that are doing IT, but compared to the men, it's very scarce. So let's talk about the elephant in the room about women's involvement into IT. And each of you can just talk briefly about, how that is within your specific line of work, and maybe what are you doing to help change that for the better. And we can start with Mr. Jones.
All right, so you talking about women participation. Okay, so that's a very good question. It's not really that popular, especially for seeing women participation in tech along with business, really tech of entrepreneurship. But a few Liberian females are doing that also, right? I have someone like Hatina Clone, a few Liberian females doing it, but it's very not popular. So it's something that would need a lot of people to do. But again, I think it's a milestone that is being achieved because initially we didn't have a lot of females even in the tech sector, right? And now we have some of them part of the ecosystem. But to move from being just in the tech space and learning about technology to developing companies and running tech businesses, that isn't as popular as I wanted to be. But again, I'm sure that maybe in the next few years things will change and we can see a lot of females running tech businesses. Yeah, but there are a lot of females that are supporting the ecosystem that mentor a lot of young girls and having different training program. But it's not really popular to see a lot of females running tech over businesses in the country. But I know all the next few years there will be some shift in that regard.
So what do you
But
think
yeah,
will lead some of those shifts? What would make women to become more involved?
but yeah, so it starts from the educational perspective. I think the knowledge first needs to be available. And a lot of institutions are already offering that. You have people like Orange, and a lot of people is supporting females in knowledge. That's one. Also, females need to found in the industry already. I have this mentor and someone that she looking up to. So other females need to hold major stake in different companies, and a lot of young aspire to be like them. One good case of that is the CEO of Taping Liberia, who is a female. So if more females are heading major businesses that focus around tech and innovation, I think it'll empower a lot of females and motivate a lot of young girls to come to our space. But I sure the next few years will be quite exciting. We will see a lot of females running tech focused businesses in the country, but we don't know until then.
Yeah, you made a good point about other businesses getting involved and trying to step in by having educational seminars and stuff. So hopefully that has an influence in the field. Mr. Kwan, what is your take on the subject? Women's involvement in IT. I think his microphone is still giving him
All right.
issues. Okay,
I
here we
think
go.
females play a major role. You still not getting me?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Are you getting me now?
Yes, sir. We're hearing you. Go ahead.
All right. So when it comes to female participation within the technology space in Liberia, I think it's very much crucial, and it has to be looked at from a more holistic and effective point of view. Now, over the years, we've seen less amount of females actively participating within the tech space in Liberia, and then there are a couple of challenges that they are faced with. Um, like for me, one example, when I started my study BSc study, I had about 10 females in my class. But upon graduation, there were only two, and I realized that they didn't drop not because they don't have fees, but there are a couple of personal issues. There are a couple of, I mean, there's a couple of self confidence issues. I think a lot of females lack self confidence. They are moved by the issue of there's a men's field, so they even shy away from it even before they can get to it. I don't think males are pushing the females away. I, I I just think the females are not being confident enough to be able to step into the field, because we all know that there's a huge challenge, there's a huge advantage attached to female. If I'm a BSc holder with, and then a female is a BSc holder and we go apply for a job, for the fact that we stand more advantage because of our gender. So they're not just making use of these advantages. And when it comes to tech bases in Liberia, we all know females are more listened to when it comes to business negotiation, right? Go feel comfortable listening to a female pitch an idea and easily buy into it. So I don't think there are much barriers as we've been seeing. I think everything just boils down to a few females trying to stand up and then being able to set a mark that other females can follow. It's more about foundation, is more about mindset change. So everything is just mindset related. I don't know from other perspective, but I don't think there are a lot of barriers right now when it comes to females standing up and doing what they need to do. Ellen Johnson stood up and she's where she is. Today the LTA commissioner is a female, sitting commissioner female. All around the world, females taking position. Today the IT personnel for the Ministry of Gender is a female. And we're seeing females all around in the justice system, in the court, all around. So I mean, there's nothing stopping females from going where they need to go.
So how can we help our counterpart that are females? How can we help them with that mindset? If that is truly the problem, how can we help them shift it to where they want to be involved, they're encouraged, and they believe in themselves? As men, how can we as men help them in that regard?
Please come again with a
So I was asking, how can we as men, in that regard, help people like women, that are
Mr. Chairman, can
trying
you
to
please come again with a question? I didn't get you clear.
yeah, that are trying to be in the field, but because of their self confidence, like you mentioned, because they don't believe in themselves, they don't think it's a women's field. How can we, as men that are
Well,
already in the
while
field, be
where
successful?
I'm awaiting you to come again, I think there's a crucial topic that needs to be looked at critically, and I think more opportunity should be given to females also. But in as much as we're trying to give more opportunity, we should also be mindful that um, now we're not just preaching equality, we're preaching equity. And with the message, the more you give opportunity to one person, at some point that person rise above the other. So now we're preaching females. If more opportunity is given, at some point that we'll start preaching for males. So I think we should be very careful in how we allow opportunities and address this issue, because we create another international global disaster that we're trying to solve now. So I think they should be trained, be mentored, they should be given the necessary opportunities they need so they can be able to move forward. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Mr. Tingba, what's your take on the discussion so far?
Yeah, so I think the field of STEM that has to do with science, technology, engineering, mathematics is a field that you barely find women into. And this problem does not only affect Liberia, this is a global issue. So the issue of female finding career path in IT is something that is lacking globally, because they feel that the IT field to the male counterpart, not the female. not that they are not strong enough to acquire people within said profession, but they just feel that okay, this profession is just set aside for men. So I think what we can do, the first thing should be the aspect of awareness. Today you find most female into nursing. How they got into nursing? Because they got interested to the attire of their friends. What they see their friends wear the nursing attire and think. How you see so many young people going to banking and finance because they feel that when they go to the bank to pay money, they find out that those bankers they are always needed dressed and they feel that they have all of the money. So one of the things that I think we need to do that has to do with the awareness. That make the people to understand that okay, female find a career path in IT, you stand to benefit this. But they feel that bankers make more money than technician in Liberia. That's the first mindset because banker dress more than the technician, the IT technician. So once we make it understand that the female, if you find a career path within IT, you still to benefit this. Mind you, in IT, you are not compared to you are not compared to be a programmer. And you are not compared to be a network engineer. There are other IT professional fields that you can go and acquire paper into. But with that, we should start the awareness from high school. High school should be the first place of point where we will make people already understand the importance of technology. The last time on the show, how will someone graduate from school? They do not even know the importance of what they're going to do. They do not have a career development program within high school. So people graduate in Liberia, they only get influenced by friends or they get influenced from what they see. So today in Liberia, they have so many female. The reason why you find the nursing field because these are things that they see commonly across Liberia. You find most of them into banking and finance. These are things that you see commonly in Liberia. But if you say we had a career development program or a curriculum that addresses ICT across high school, wherein students start to IT program, understands the basic IT program from junior high to senior high. By default, if that person graduates, they will definitely know where to go. The world now is centered around science. The world is centered around technology. You getting me? Even in the era of health, you have to blend health with technology. When you talk about telemedicine and all of these things. So one of the things that needs to be done is we should start to introduce item in high school, beginning from the junior high division, moving on to senior high. With that, if a person graduate, they know definitely where to go. So the weather aspect should be one of the key things we should focus on moving forward. But this issue is not just issue that affects only the issue that you barely find female into the IT field.
Yeah. And just to recap so far, so Mr. Pond talked about just the mindset of people, right? We got to work on the mindset of women being more confident in themselves, and just knowing that it's not men that are necessarily pushing them out of the career or the field, but just we need to encourage that mindset to think more positively about their capabilities and know that they are confident, they're capable enough to do the job. So that's one. And then you mentioned to create the awareness, to sell the image of IT, like the image of banking is sold, so that when we think about IT, we don't think about people maybe that are just sitting behind computers, but people that are respected in the society, people that are needed. And I think those are very good points. Mr. Jones, would you like to add your 2 cents?
Yeah, we should know that women have all a historical tie to technology use, right? Even though the Wi-Fi we use was created and invented by female. So women have always been around innovation and design. And I think it's very creative. You see women playing roles in tech is quite amazing. For example, the CEO of Canva, Melanie Perkins, she's a and you see women leading this institution, they get more amazing. And I'll be happy to see a lot of females from Liberia already growing their own tech forward business, which will be good because you'll be empowering a lot of young people who are motivating our next generation of young girls that will be aspiring for something big. And it's good how our generation will be growing in the next few years. We want for our females and our sisters to really see STEM and technology as major thing we should have put in. Instead of everyone, I always say, and when you are just saying it, be data or nursing. And the bad part is most of the time, only nursing. They're really going to level to be data for them nurse. And you need to push ourselves self a bit higher, and to generally do not relax. But females have a big opportunity in the tech space. Like Charles was saying, there are a lot of advantages to be in this space. And if a lot of females can really jump into it, it'll be cool. But again, taking itself is hard. It's a lot of commitment, a lot of sacrifice, and which is why you see male dominance in the field because it comes back to hard work and dedication. But especially like we have one specific female friend I know, she's very strong and she committed right. We just need to spread a lot. We need more programs that females themselves motivate others. Again, like I was saying, we need other females to really just stay in institutions that girls will look up to and say, all right, I want to be like this lady. She's heading a tech forward business. She's an engineer or she's this. Instead of everyone want to be a nurse and a doctor, right? We also need engineers, we need electricians, we need people in all the different civil engineering roles and females can form part of. But those are also taking place, right? We although we are talking about tech focus, there are other for historical field that people were not in at the beginning, but now we see a lot of females coming to those sector. We just hope they can reflect to tech in itself and see how they can make use of technology because the next 10 years, the next decade from now will be a revolutionary. Tech in itself will expand to different sectors that we already see a lot of industries be affected created by tech. So it will be good that we space. Let's say your medical doctor, constant technology, and also work in medical institutions. There are a lot of opportunity for technologists, people in the medical field. You don't necessarily have to follow the direct path that everyone to just good medical staff, but you can come bioengineering, a lot of opportunities in the space. So I think our female just need to start seeing the higher opportunity here and take advantage of them.
For sure, for sure. So, Mr. Pan, you can go ahead. Say you wanted to
All right,
add.
all right. Just to add up a bit, you just add up a bit. Recently, I was invited to a career program to speak to some females on how they can be able to get into the field of technology. And after doing my research, I came across some really good information. Now, do you know that the first computer programmer was a female? On the computer we use today, all we know is just a man's thing. But before computer could be used, the first person to program, write a code, was a female, and her name was Ada Lovelace. Right? She worked with Charles Babbage and other guys to ensure that we have a usable computer today. Now there were some women who, when it comes to creating the math to be able to go in space, the first calculation that was done by a female named Catherine Johnson. And even when we come to Liberia, the internet we use today, one of the females who made ensure that we have internet service in Liberia was Mia Ure. They were the first to open our first ISP and GSM company that we used before Lone Star came in. They were the one that were very instrumental in even bringing Lone Star in the country. So I think you see females are very important, and there are a lot of females that have made excellent strides in our society when it comes to technology. I just thought to bring these few names out so that people who are watching get to know that. I mean, we call it a men's field, but without females, this wouldn't have been to where it is today.
For sure, for sure. And to all the young women watching or that will watch this at a later time, just know that we're having these discussions because we want you to truly believe in yourself. We want you to, know that you are capable. One, work on your mindset and just come in the field. That the field needs you just like any other field, like Mr. Jones mentioned, not just nursing, not just being a lawyer. We need people, we need women in the IT field as well. So let's talk a little bit about how technology is aiding in developing our country. Let's talk e-commerce. So that's Mr. Jones' area. But how are you guys using e-commerce with your businesses to promote your platform, and how does that benefit the country as a whole? We can start with you, Mr. Tingba.
It's starting with Mr. Juice or Mr. Thing by declare.
No. We know it's your field, so we'll come to you. You're the subject matter expert. We want to start with Mr. Tingba because
Because I did
challenging
hear
them to
Mr. Juice.
see
All right, no problem, my brothers.
we're challenging them to see how they are using e-commerce to promote their business.
Okay, but the question was how can technology aid bureaucracy, right?
Yes, and but also speaking to how are you using specifically e-commerce to promote your business with IT, your Mesona IT Solutions Group.
So so basically the issue of the usage of business, like most people, if I tell you one of the major factor that has it has to do with internet connectivity, but that's another excuse for another time. So for example, I'm a female or I'm a male, I have a business that resides somewhere in Broadville. And then for every time I use my social media platform, my Facebook platform, giving a practical example, right? So for every time I use my Facebook page and post a new picture, and but taking into consideration I have this product I'm selling locally. But for each time I post a picture on Facebook, I have about 500 like 300 comments from different guys and what have you. Using my product being placed on my social media handle, but I'm using my picture. I have my picture as a brand, as a female, right? So I think another means that I can do to attract more people to my business is that instead of posting my picture, if I'm involved into a men's shirt production or Thai posting I was training recently on social media or natural fruits I was using on social media. So for example, once you use your Facebook handle and post that, you an attractive customer. Like if this individual that is sitting here, for example, Mr. Jones is one of my adding photo on Facebook, and we both exchange comments on posts, we chat all the time. I'm into a business that you do not know about. How can I make Mr. Jones to know about the business I'm involved with? Through posting my business on the internet. So Mr. June, another aspect, Mr. June was one to use one stone to kill two birds, meaning since I'm involved into the business, and Mr. June want to have an interaction with me, he will definitely reach me and get my product. So meaning you're using the social media handles to have your produce being advertised. So that gets into the issue of government produce, like government having products being placed on a specific platform that clients or consumers, a citizen can reach out to specifically. So we have Easy. Easy is one of the training e-commerce platform now in Liberia that are doing significantly well. So I think one of the things that one of the value that these e-commerce things have added to Liberia, it has to do with, for example, I'm a class person based in Liberia, and in order to have a fresh palm oil, I need to travel to Red Light every Saturday and get my things in stock to my house along the rehab area or Concotan. But what Easy Market have now done through the e-commerce platform, I do not need to go Red Light Market, I need to go so I get home at the office. E-commerce, Easy Market is the one I'm going to do the work for me. Make sure to get in the Red Light, get it to the more than one of you, and get everything I want to put in
I see that you're
platform. My
promoting the
order
men
in.
business.
So, mind you know what why it does for me? It helps to save
Why?
time, help to save resources. It helps to save him from the issue of people and having all of the interactions. So these are some of the development brainstorming. You getting me? So that's my point I have to make, Mr. Host. Thank you.
Yes, yes. How about you? We'll come to you last, Mr. Jones, because we know you're very eager to express yourself. This is your field. Mr. Kwan, what are your thoughts on it? E-commerce in helping to rebuild a productive Liberia. How vital is that?
All right. So, firstly, let's try to look at that word in e-commerce. Now, people tend to it or just use these two terms for this purpose. Now, they are online. They have platforms where you go and just subscribe to products, buy products, pay for services, and then you have e-commerce. E-commerce is a bit different, bigger from just going online, just subscribe or paying for a service. Now, I run a company where we offer certain services to people, IT services, and sometimes we ask our clients to pay online. They're coming at our office, they're doing the manual payment, right? Technically, that's not really referred to as e-commerce. Even though I'm accepting payment online, that's not really e-commerce. E-commerce is a market, is a marketplace online where people can go shop so many different products from different locations. That's an e-commerce platform. That's why, even though I'm accepting payment services online, I'm an e-commerce company. That's why Easy my e-commerce company where they have any businesses linked with them and going back from so many different places. So most of people feel like, okay, when you just doing financial transaction, you're e-commerce. No, that's not e-commerce, right? As well know, the commerce represents something big than just what we do is eBay. Like I would say, is it e-business I'm doing, e-transaction I'm doing. I'm not e-commerce entity, but
Yeah.
e-commerce, e-transaction, e-commerce. So sometimes that is helping Liberia. Let's say for instance, we struggle over the time when it comes to online payment because um we it's just recently we some platform where I can go online and pay using a Liberian phone. Now we have more money, which has been around for some time. We people have gotten compatible with using it, but then there's no there's no platform yet where I can go and use my one money account. And then most of the international platforms don't work in Liberia, like PayPal, Scrap. These platforms don't work in Liberia. They can be integrated with Liberian banks. So we struggle. Yeah, I'm sure Chris can attest to that with Easy Market.
Oh, he's ready to
It was
speak.
recently, yeah, it was recently Lone Star started bringing about the Open API, which is going to help in that process, and hope Orange can also do that. Over the years, we've been knocking on the doors of Lone Star. Years back, I developed a platform that was based wholly on payment. All right, it was embraced. It was ready to go out, but we went to Lone Star and talked about it. At that time, they were not really thinking about creating an API. They told us that we should create it and then we should finance the process, and then we will get share and they will get share. I'm like, hell no, I can't do that. But then we're happy now that we are getting the graduate. And it's going to help us because imagine someone wants to pay the easy market after finding the product, get everything. They have to take their phone and then dial the USSD code, start 156 to transfer money to easy market, increase the process a lot. Already, people don't want to use the platform, then you make the process longer. But what if I just go sell the product, put my number, put the amount, and the money automatically leaves my account? So over the years, the problem we have faced is with the issue of the API for online payment. I mean, gradually it's getting better, and I think we're moving to a time where e-commerce, which one is going to be widely integrated. I mean, we also saw how Ebola, I mean, Corona came around, and then it made us stop many things now. So who knows? Something bigger than Corona can come around, where we can really tell, or something different could happen that will prevent us from moving around. And the only way we're going to get the real the bad thing is to be able to use these platforms that are around. So, I mean, that's where Libra is going. I hope things will get better than where it is now.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take Corona to get us there, though. Hopefully we can naturally get there and use technology more advantageously than causing a whole pandemic. But Mr. Jones, if you're there, we want to give you the floor now. His internet just broke out, it seems like. But for everyone watching, maybe you guys can talk a little bit about. So you offer services online. Are there any service that you offer that maybe you can sell on Easy Market, for example? Do you have any one of your services that people can you can add onto Easy Market and people can go there, pay for it, and then you provide them that service?
All right, so Easy Market sell physical products, but for my service, I offer digital products. There are products that are created that could be sold on Easy Market. Like we have, but I don't know if the platform can accommodate it. Now we have something called SaaS, software as a service platform, where you
Because
go and subscribe
Easy
to a
Market
different
also
service
does
online, right?
they also do
There are some bigger e-commerce platforms like in Vato and other platforms. Showcase Jones knows.
yeah.
So,
So
but most of my services are, I can say, service based, where clients hire me directly. I build things for them, build website, build software, build applications. So, I don't know yet if that could be done through easy
Yeah,
market,
It
but I'm
could,
sure for
it
the
could.
software as a service,
Easy
yeah, it
market
could for the
has
software as a
services.
service platform where people need to subscribe. I could sell some
yeah.
software on easy market, people can buy it.
Yeah, Easy Market
All
also
right.
offers services as well, like cleaning and so on. So it's not just physical products, but I will let Mr. Jones speak to that specifically. Go ahead.
All right, great. So, digital product, different things we've been trying to investigate and see how we can launch, because even the idea about e-commerce is beyond. But again, we want to see how we can fast track different activities to promote innovation in the space itself. So, around 2021, we started the sales of digital products. So, the first product that was available for Liberian authors to start selling ebooks copyright. So, it just although it seemed quite easy, but in the beginning there was any platform available in the country for authors to sell their book digital copies, which we launched earlier on. A lot of some authors came on the platform to start selling their books. And what this does is that a lot of librarians in the diaspora and around the world could just buy librarian author books without having to ship the the physical copy to them, which is more difficult. We seen when that was launched, some authors and we received orders from France, UK, other countries, right? A lot of our brands want to support, and when we launched that, it was amazing to see people around the world were supporting authors to buy their books, the digital copies. So with that being said, we started looking at other digital products to bring about. As that my brother know that around 2022, similar day around 2022, we launched our partnership with the GSM companies that brought digital mobile top up and airtime to the platform. Along this year, somewhere along this year, we want to expand that with more digital service, but it will be connected with the print industry. When with Charles' perspective about software as a service coming on the platform, I think it's something we can investigate and get done. But in the earliest possible time, we'll be launching more digital products from the print industry, because we already know that people in outside Liberia and even here really want to have print products and a lot of difficult complexity around that industry. So Easy Market will be launching different products and access to more digital activities for that space. As we already know, for Easy Market in itself, a lot of physical products being sold. So we managed to have most of the category of products available on the platform. But yeah, most of the platform, most of the category of product available on the platform. But now I want to see how we can bring about digital product that can support a lot of creative young people in the graphic design space, even in the software space. So, which is one of the things we'll be partnering with a lot of young people before the second quarter of the year come to our end. To see how we can bring digital product to the platform. At least that brand creative can be selling that graphic online and creative work to people outside the country, which is a gap, right? Support that, but no, most of the platforms don't allow Liberians to take advantage of that platform. A lot of different policy issue around that. So since we're in a position to do that, which is what I want to do, at least to bring more opportunities to creators and creative to sell their digital products online. It's only we already been doing to. But again, coming back to the point about e-commerce and how the country is going, I think now is a quite interesting time. I know Charles mentioned about payment and mobile money and how we can promote local innovation from that perspective. I think it's great, but we should remember that in Liberia, cash is still king. I think we should know that cash remain king. We don't. I'm not sure how long from now before that mindset can change. But with the cash king method is it brought a connection with the digital and physical present that we have been seeing. So a lot of Liberian, again, you know that cash build trust. A lot of Liberian when they're using the platform, they prefer to receive the item and pay with cash. So which reduce all the headache about the trust issue, all that stuff, because you already know that because of social media platforms and people selling online and there's no additional credibility assigned to that. Customers have been fraud in the past. So when people using easy market and our e-commerce activity, the only two options they want to use, even if they pay more money, they want to do the payment on delivery. So that's how we've been seeing pay on delivery activities. But from our middle class perspective, there are some Liberians that we rather pay with a bank card, which we've been seeing. But again, from Charles' perspective, my brother Willie Tim are talking about the space. I think what we've been seeing all the time is there's a shift that is happening towards Liberian interest in e-commerce, but it's happening really based on intent. So people, I'm not sure how many years from now before already the idea of e-commerce, very general. I want to want to back for the thing about e-commerce, but now what we are seeing is intent, right? People come to the platform if there's a need that can be handled physically, which we understand it will take time before it can change that perspective. But for now, when someone want to go New Georgia State to buy something, that's when they think, oh, I can easy market will help reduce my time. I don't have to leave my office to go there. So let me use the platform, right? For instances, like it's late, it's after 7 hour, and I don't know where item is being sold. I could use the market. So we have seen if there are different issues that make people use the platform. It's not like other countries that every time people want to buy product, they know that they use digital platform. But now it's about reason, right? My reason is I don't know where a specific item is, so I'm using my to get it. Or other reason is about I want to sell it to someone way farther than me. I don't want to leave where I am currently. Then it uses the market. That's from the local perspective, which we continue to see all the next few years. We know a lot of shit will come to that space with different things. From easy market perspective, we're trying to see how we can bring more local innovation to continue to provide opportunity for the people that use the market, but also to see how the platform can remain available until we have the Liberian mindset. It's good we're talking about Liberian mindset because a few years back, nobody had an intent to even think about shopping online, right? Now, different. Now, but there are different factors about purchasing power and people prefer to go into the supermarket and sell, and a lot of people like photo. So there are different perspective around that, but we know it will change over time. But again, it will be years because what we're looking at e-commerce is a generational change. The idea for like when coming to the internet activity it will have to happen across different industries. For people to trust that they can shop online, they will have to trust that they can pay online. For them to trust that, they have to trust the logistical capacity of these companies, but also trust even social media. So everything that concerns internet need to be credible because if people start getting from more of things on social media, they come to think that all right, even e-commerce company too might do that. So we really hoping to see how different aspects of our society can catch up because even e-commerce have been launched in Nigeria. E-commerce launched since 20, I think 2002 or stuff. It been multiple years. Other countries are way ahead of us, so we will need to catch up. Like I was telling you guys that our whole idea about e-commerce now is a bit forward. Our in Sierra Leone, our in Sierra Leone around February last year, and but again, we are trying as compared to our regional counterparts in that space of e-commerce. So I know we can do more. We can champion different technology in the region to do like ground company ahead. But at least you'll be proud you live like bro, you go Sierra Leone, you'll be proud that like bro, e-commerce is better than Sierra Leone. So I want for that similar activities to happen that we can be catching power. People that Ghana is way ahead of us, a lot of innovation. But again, it will happen if the Liberians are using these local platforms, supporting the entrepreneurs in terms of supporting all the different businesses that rely on the platform. But it comes back to the government arm. How are we providing opportunities for the business owners to continue running our business? How internet is affordable? Is electricity stable? So yeah, different questions need to be answered. So for e-commerce, I think it will take some more years to see the generational shift towards the internet and purchase on it. We are not in competition anywhere around the world. We have our own time now, like we have our own, own stage in time for the develop. But it's good that we have different young people that pushing for innovation in the space. At least we're talking about cyber security. We're talking about the things that will bring about trust. So it will have to happen across the whole spectrum of technology in the space. Our young people and our come to the internet to start doing a lot of purchase and trusting internet platform. But again, thank you for letting me to go in depth with the
No,
analysis.
no problem, my man, and thank you. And Mr. Kwan has, we're just gonna give him the space here. He has to leave for an engagement that he told us about. So, Mr. Charles, if you want to go ahead and speak briefly, we can get you back on here. Are you there? Hey, Mr. Kwan, are you there? Just your last words before you head out. Okay. Well, we're at the halfway point of the show anyway. So if you're watching, this is the 1847 show. Thanks for joining us. It's been a great discussion so far. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay in there.
Ah, lucky ball.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of Liberia and to the republic for which it stands. One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I don't know. Listen. Mama Liberia, you will rise again. And more your friend and you will shine again. Yeah. Nobody will look down on you again. I prophesy to you, you will regain your dignity again. All hill, Liberia hill. Red, white, and blue is where I represent for sure. This new land of liberty shall long be for all of us. I'm not talking about one person, all of us. History said you've been the cornerstone of Africa. You've been a safe place when the free slave came back to Africa. That green pepper ghost. Hey, Mama Liberia. I can't wait to see you taking over Africa. We got the power to do it, man. You are lifted. See your children there. Look at how they gifted. You gave birth to the first.
Welcome back to the 1847 show. I'm your host, Prince Larmin Jarbo, and this is season 1, episode 10, which is part of our series called Digitalized Liberia. This series has highlighted individuals solving real problems by integrating technological solutions to make Liberia a digitalized nation. So we're at the halfway point of our show here. We'll have one more topic to discuss, which is the government's role in the advancement of IT in Liberia. And right after that, we have our game show here, which is a much more fun approach to kind of help us all understand our culture and promote the Liberian culture by just learning and celebrating our history. So we'll bring our guests back on here. Charles is still here. If you can turn on your camera for us, I think we weren't hearing you, and we can go ahead and bring you back to the call. All right, Mr. Fung. Are you there, Mr. Fung? All right, so you said to give him a little bit of time. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about Mr. Tingba, starting off with you. What do you think, as you guys are discussing, one of the things that is common is there are a lot of challenges, a lot of things that we need to do before we can be successful in these different areas, from including more women, from promoting e-commerce. There are a lot of things that we need to do to get us up to speed to be competitive with our counterparts in this African region. So what do you think the government role should be in all of this, in promoting IT in Liberia or advancing the use of technology in Liberia?
Okay, first we should invest in policy and regulations within the sector. That should be, because without having a policy or the regulations, people will just intrude into the sector without guides. Or and then next, we need to invest into a digital literacy program. First, the people should first be educated about technology before they can accept e-commerce. Because if your people are not educated, if they do not have that basic technology, the issue of e-commerce awareness will just be a waste of time. So government should first invest into digital literacy program. And then the issue of infrastructure. The government needs to invest in the infrastructure, because without investing into infrastructure, then rest assured we do not know where we are headed for. Like my brother talked about, one of the challenges they have within a business, it has to do with internet connectivity, the affordability of internet. Yes, of course, internet is very expensive in Liberia. Electricity. So if government can invest into infrastructure, invest into the issue of digital literacy, and then also have a policy and the regulations being drafted for the sector. Then rest assured, there we go. It can be drafted. We'll have three responsible for IT activity across our country, like Liberia. Have the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. The Ministry of Post and Telecommunication is the policy arm. So they are responsible to draft policy for country IT sector. If the policy, who is responsible to regulate the policy? We have the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, LTA. LTA is responsible to regulate the policy that is being made. And then we have the Liberia Telecommunications Cooperation, the telco. They are responsible for operation. They are the government operational arm. So first, the issue of infrastructure investment comes on the LTA, because they are the one who is responsible for internet connectivity, building towers here, there, and you just name it. The policy aspect where investment should come in, policy and regulation, it fall under the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. So everything boiled down around government. We can improve IT in Liberia when these things are being worked on. Policy. Because man, you talk about e-commerce. E-commerce, there are people that are giving out data. Do you have a data protection policy? Do not have a data protection act, and people using information to place online. So what if I go and breach, if my data be breached by Easy Market, what law will you use against me? You do not have a data protection act. You do not have a cybersecurity policy. So these are things that needs to first be worked out on. If you work on policy and regulations, yes, that's a thumbs up. Next, work or out on the issue of literally comes with the awareness. We can work out on that. Then we'll talk about infrastructure. Then there we go. E-commerce and other ICT come in. Thank you.
Of course, you made some key points. So some takeaways is, of course, policy. I think policies will definitely ensure accountability, holding people accountable, because not everyone that come into the field will come into the field with the right intent. So policies will there and will ensure that accountability is prioritized. Mr. Pond is ready, so let's just bring him back on here to give his last words before he heads out. Go ahead if you can turn on your camera for us. Yes.
And I'm more than happy to be here with these techies to be discussing essential topics. And I'm happy out of all the topics you could have chosen to start with, you chose technology. It shows your interest into the field and how you want to see it grow in Liberia, which I must appreciate. And I mean, over time, things will get better. It's just the beginning, and I'm one of the person who's very passionate about seeing technology being used in Liberia. I mean, in impressive ways, and we all just trying to do our little work we can do to see our best to implement these things in our country. Now we're doing biometric registration in Liberia, and it's a sign that people are beginning to believe in technology, and and and, and this registration is helping detect fraud and real fraud where you result that won't end go to fingerprint and everything. I mean, it's just a sign. Hope will reach a point where people can vote using biometric also, which they're not doing this time. So we hope that next, where our panel section along with Mr. Chris Jones, where we talk about similar things of how youth can be part of ICT in the country, how you can contribute. And also currently a part of the youth ambassadorship program for Youth of the Society globally. And a couple of things to talk about is the multi-stakeholder approach of how young people can be involved into internet governance in Liberia, Africa, and the world at large. So a lot of young people don't know that we have a voice on how internet is governed, not just locally but internationally. So there are platforms set up, there are forums set up where young people can attend and add their voice. So we have our data being used by some IT service provider. We don't even know how safe this data is. We don't know where the data are going now. So these are issues. We have internet affordability, which is a problem in Liberia. We have a lot of pressing issues that we need to add our voice to, as people from the private sector group, from the students community, from young people side. We need to be able to speak to some of these things. And I hope that this forum will serve as a awareness platform, as a motivational platform to be able to reach out to young people and make sure that we step up our game. So again, I just want to close by saying thank you. It was nice doing a show. I'm happy that I'm one of those. I'm one of the pioneers to say, okay, tomorrow platform get big. I will say, yo, I was one of those that started. I was there. I'm on the start of it. Yeah, so I'm happy that I'm here and I'm following the show. As you know, as we talked earlier, I'm still following the show, and I hope I'll be able to join you a later time as you go on.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles, and thank you for making the time, in the midst of your busy schedule. I hope you enjoy your service. Thank you for joining us. Take care.
Okay, you too.
All right. For everyone else, so we're talking about the government's role in promoting or advancing technology in Liberia, and then Mr. Tingba recommended policy changes to hold people accountable and also investment into infrastructures. And I would assume that some of those infrastructures include data centers and so on, and internet, LEC, making sure we have current because we cannot be reliant on internet. We do not even have the power to supply these things to stay on. So thank you for your input, Mr. Jones. What do you think the government role should be in the advancement of IT in Liberia?
Yeah, I think we should learn a lot from what is happening in our region and see how we can improve our sector. Right? So one example is in Sierra Leone, they have the Directorate of Science, Innovation, and Technology. That directorate really work along with entrepreneurs, tech enthusiasts, and that directorate is headed by the Innovation Officer, who is in executive and work and had an office directly in the president, chambers, right? So you have an innovation institution, director of science innovation that is part of the executive branch that work along directly with the president. I think that's what that we could look at to see how we can promote innovation, right? Another example is in Ghana. Ghana government noticed that they have a lot of unfinished building and a lot of uh, poor infrastructure, a lot of buildings were in the country that are not. So what they do of this infrastructure and give it out to about 100 startup entrepreneurs, tech enthusiasts, 100 startups and tell them to be in our space, support them in this building, have strong internet, good electricity, and just give the businesses the opportunity to innovate in those spaces. And Liberia, you have the EJR building, all these old building on Brush Street, there, nothing happening in that type of Zogo Zoom. So I just feel that that's some of the example we could learn from, right? And in Nigeria, just recently, the Nigerian government, 600 some more billion dollars in a currency. That's a very huge amount in USD. They gave that amount directly to small businesses, mini tech focused businesses to promote innovation. And for Nigeria economy, a lot is reflecting because they just recently two Nigerian company become a unicorn. So we are seeing that a lot of Nigerian tech focused businesses are creating jobs for a lot of Nigerians, but also they are empowering a lot of young people in our country. But Nigeria is receiving a lot of investment. If you take a look at the graph of tech investment on the continent, most of those money go to Nigeria. I know someone will say Nigeria has more population, but Nigeria is investing in technology because Nigeria in the world, right? That country has led a lot of innovation. You will see people talking about cryptocurrency and other stuff. Nigeria is one of the countries around the world that lead most of their innovation aspects. So I'm just a lot is happening. Country like Kenya, Rwanda, a lot of things we learn from them. Rwanda created spaces for innovation. We can do a lot of these things. We can start with the policies, right? Like my brother Willie are talking about. There are policies you could look at. Nigerian government's passed that startup bill, and that bill really focus about how technology can promote innovation in our country. People know that tech have a lot of money. The thing is, we keep saying that there's not a lot of resources in our country. People keep mentioning that I will always have to go back to the iron ore and rubber days of Liberia. But people are exporting talent, and that country is growing. There are countries in the world that they don't have physical resources that we have. They promote innovation and just starting do similar activity. I think we just start with first by differentiating between the Ministry of Post and opening a directory for innovation. We can't keep using the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication to promote innovation in the country. There are two different activities happening here. I think the ministry in itself has all do itself. They should remain in that space for telecommunication and monitoring the tech institution, the telecommunication institution. But we should open up, like Sierra Leone is doing, open a directory for science and innovation. I think creating institutions like that will really come back and reflect change. Over the past few decades, yes, we've seen a lot of institutions are created to be proud of that, right? Different institutions around anti-government, different on the different policy happening around corruption and different things, different institutions are funded. We notice a lot of institutions are funded and these institutions are working. Similarly, for innovation and technology to grow in this country, we need to create an innovation and technology focused institution. And this institution will work along all the diverse. But the thing is, we can't say we want innovation to happen, then we don't have any institution that is focused on innovation. And the people will be keep forcing the laboratories and telecommunication to fall in that category. I think we should look into that space, allow me to be done about how we handle information, how we handle technology, how we even look at our country, right? A lot of young people are getting degrees in technology now. Where are the jobs? Who will employ these people that are getting all the degrees? We need institutions that can, our science and innovation institution could really partner with the National Investment Corporation that we had, like I was saying, a lot of institutions have been created. We now have National Investment Institution, right? Those people can partner with the science and innovation people and see how we can, try to grow tech talent in the country to see how we can promote local innovation. It won't happen overnight. Opportunity need to be created. Like what I was saying about Ghana, these guys look at unfinished building and furnish everything given to startups. Say you use this space. You keep complaining about internet, they play will get internet. You complain about current, will get it here for you, right? And now you expect the young people to innovate. So I will be surprised. But why Google can Africa to go open up in Ghana? Why Twitter can Africa to open up in Ghana? These are different reasons people look at because companies will now come in on the continent and come to a country that the talent for tech is low. That's the number one requisite. You expect any tech company to open up in Liberia, then you think that only janitor or high level people to employ. They want to employ talent, right? So we need to grow that space. We need to empower a lot of people. Need to have some of this knowledge. Liberia will grow if we take technology seriously. Hmm?
Wow.
If we can, if we whole ministry said this, that was my brother. I think a lot can be done about money. For example, brought to 400 billion United dollars through tech investment. In 2022, technology brought more money to Nigeria than oil industry. And everybody know that Nigeria mostly have tech, oil has always been a dominant industry in Nigeria, but technology brought more money to the corporate oil recently. So to tell you that there's a lot of opportunity here, to grow this country with even focus on technology. We can create a lot of opportunity for people. We can employ a lot of young people. We can even change some of the whole life with the local card. The major employment in the country will be orange million, no star million. That thing is horrible. That can be the only employment we created for young people in the country. Technology has opportunity to employ a lot of people and we get to proudly telling us that the opportunity of creating and empower people is true that in our own channel, right? The way you see easy market have been able to try to position itself a bit. Government can come in and support a lot of way. I'm happy that a lot of foreign donors institution is trying to support in that regard, but there are a lot of ways government can promote. If we think that maybe we don't inform what some of the decision, we can create an agency that will be informed that will have people doing R&D in the institution to see how we are changing our country. And we want to do research, we can go across the continent, see what's happening. There are a lot of money coming to the continent on the continent, brother. There are a lot of investment coming here that is supporting technology on the continent, that is empowering people. We'll be surprised when we see African companies becoming billion-dollar companies and empowering people, but in other countries, where it may take having Liberia too, right? We need to start from the basic level. What you're saying, we need to come back to the ground roots, provide the education. If there for innovation building, there should be an institutional focus on use Ministry of Post to do innovation work. When the Ministry of Post said there's not even meeting its own set target to change things in the country. There are a lot of opportunity here that we can take advantage of. But I feel that a lot of innovation need to happen for the ministry of post, they need to work immediate work on how they can make that post part of that ministry effective. You can get ministry of post and for posting. If this is market not tell the ministry of post, help us post carry item to certain country, it will not happen, right? And there are different things that are happening, and you saw the ministry of post has its own responsibility in managing the GSM company, all that responsibility for them, monitoring the ecosystem, that's a responsibility. But there should be an institution focused on innovation in this country. I rest my case.
I agree. I agree. And you made some very valid and practical points. I think just your statement on looking in the region, that's not really far away from us. Just looking at what other countries like Nigeria have done and Sierra Leone, I think those are valid points. So thank you for your contribution. So we're kind of very much late on time at this point. Of course, this is a discussion. So we wanted all of you guys' input and we value them. However, as you know, there's a segment to this show that I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to elect that we do, or because if you have other schedules and other things planned, then we can kind of just push that maybe at some other time if God permits. But we still have the 1847 Jeopardy game to play. So we have the games here, we have the questions, and you guys can compete against each other. And if the winner, you will get to choose a nonprofit of your choice to donate that money to, and the show will donate 50 United States dollars to that nonprofit. So there's a couple questions here. I can put it on the screen for you guys to see the categories and then decide. So we have technology, we have the 2023 elections, counties of Liberia, sports and entertainment, all things Liberia, the 1847 show. So it's up to you too. If y'all want to compete against each other, it's fine. If not, we can conclude the show here today because of time. But just let me know your thoughts and then we can proceed accordingly.
I think I'll need more clarity on what we're doing here. It's not clear to me yet. So there's a lot of numbers. What's the number about?
No, I'm
So
going to keep
I
it.
think we should just pick a space of a particular sector that the question going to come from. Then we can, I think, answer question from this various sector.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
how be it, yeah. So how be it for me? I think we should conclude the show.
Okay.
Yes, for another time. Yes, but if my brother want us to proceed, then no problem. We can proceed with that. There's no
What
issue
do
with
you
that.
think,
yeah.
Chris? He's open-minded.
No, I think we gotta allow my brother with it to it. I think we don't have all obligation. So no problem. We can end the show here if that's the case.
Okay, that's fine as well. We just wanted to give you guys the opportunity. We want to live up to our words because we made that promise that it will be a part of the show. So we wanted to give you the opportunity. Now,
No, if we have time, we can do it. It's just about my brother. I won't go with it.
it's a very fun game. I will tell you that much, and you get to win a prize that you can donate to.
Okay, no problem. We can go ahead. We can go ahead and we go for county, technology, elections, 1847, either of them.
All right. So
So let's have fun to this. Let's go for county.
so let me bring up the rules real quick for you guys.
Okay.
uh,
So this thing gets really interesting, and a lot of people are going to join here once we start. I hope you guys are ready to.
mm.
Yeah. So it gets very interesting.
Okay.
Specific window. All right. So you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, of course.
All right. So breaks will be entertained as necessary. To begin the game, I'm going to ask you guys a general question, which will go something like, what is something, and then you have to answer. And whoever answer that general question will be the one who gets to go first. There's no pick and choose here. There's no point given for that general question. Now, the game is started by the participants selecting a category. So, like you saw on top, we had different categories from the 2023 elections. We had technology. So, you would select a category first, and then you would select right below that the point value for that category. So, the more points you select, the more difficult it is. So, keep that in mind. So if you want to start off and test the waters, you might want to start with your 200 points. All responses must be in a question format. So if I ask you For example, this is the capital of Liberia. That's how the questions are stated as a statement. And then you're going to respond and say, what is Monrovia? Because that is the capital of Liberia. So you have to answer in a question format. If you say the correct answer, but you don't put it in a question format, then sorry to say, you will not receive any points for that. Whoever says it first will be the one to get points. So and then if you fail to phrase your question, like I said, you won't get any points. After choosing your answer, you will have about 10 seconds to answer each question. And then if you answer a question correctly, you get to go again until you fail to answer. Now, if no one responds after 10 seconds, I will state the correct answer and we'll move on to the last person who answered correctly. Any questions before we get started?
I'm okay with that.
All right. Don't get nervous now. This is really fun. You guys are going to have a good time
I'm
with
okay
this.
with the rules. It's okay.
So how will
And if you get competitive, this is the time to be competitive. So as you can see down there,
Yeah, I think we should go with all things Liberia. It shouldn't be selective. Even all things Liberia, just brother.
so you can pick any
Hmm?
All
categories.
things Liberian.
Yeah, I think we should do all things Liberia. Say brother.
All things Liberians.
Yeah, Liberian. So everything that so they have.
So do you guys see the score, right? You
Yes,
see
of
your
course.
names.
Mr. Jones. Yeah, Mr. Jones,
Okay.
Mr. Timber.
All right. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna ask a general question. So my general question is, what time does the show happen?
So how we identify now? Come on,
You just speak.
I know.
You don't have to raise your hand. Just speak.
5 p.m.
Nope, that's not how you answer it. Though. Remember, you have to answer it in a question format.
What is
That
5
is correct. That is correct. And Mr. Timba, you don't have to wait for that man to finish speaking before you speak.
Oh, okay. So
You
what's
can
in
just
this?
jump in.
What is
So you can just jump in. Don't wait for him to finish, yo.
okay?
So
We can get
What is
started
five?
now. So, Mr. Jones, since you answered correctly, what you can do is you can pick a category, any one of these category, and then you can pick a point value, and then I will click on that to show the question, and then all of you will have the same opportunity to answer. Whoever answers first will get the points.
all things Liberian. All things Liberian.
Yeah, answer more Liberia. All things Liberia 500. What did you say?
So the more
Points, yes.
wait,
Which one you
if
want?
the higher the numbers that more difficult
Very
question
good.
is,
Yes.
right? So we gotta start simple. Let's do 400.
All things Liberia 400. This is the question. The phrase "Akami rapid" means this. The phrase "Akami rapid" means this.
I come and go.
Leave.
I come and go.
You have to answer in a specific way.
What is a coming leave?
That is correct.
What is
That is correct, Mr. Jones. What is Akami leave? What is I leaving?
Okay, right.
Remember,
right,
you have to
right.
answer in a question format.
Oh, okay. What is I come and leave? Okay.
So, Mr. Jones, he has 400 points. You guys can see the score right there.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Now, we'll go again. Since he answered that question correctly, you can pick another category and another point value will go ahead.
Okay. Election 2023.
Which
election.
one?
I'm not the truth. I don't know anything about election, but let's go with 2023 election. I'm not sure.
You got to pick one of these.
400.
You left 400 in there.
Yeah, that's all.
The 2023 elections will be held on this date.
What will be
What
the 2020
is
election date?
October.
Come on.
October is October.
October.
I know.
You got to
Will
answer in a specific
October
way.
be the election date? Will
You got to
October
answer in a
2023
question format.
will October 2023 be the election date?
All right, no problem. Get it correct.
What is, let me give you a hint.
What is October 2023?
That is not correct. When is October 10?
10.
Oh, but I said October 10th. Wait, but I said
It's-
October 10th. No, I
It's
said
the way
October
you
10th.
say it. You gotta say it in a question format.
Okay.
I was
Oh,
hearing
okay.
show
What is
the truth
October
is,
10th, 2020? Right.
So,
I
Mr.
said
Tingba,
October
since
10th,
you
but
answered
I
it
have
incorrectly, you're gonna get minus 400.
no. So I said October 10th. I said what is October 10th, but I don't know what I read when I watch up.
Well, if you said that, we'll go ahead and give you the 400 points. I just did not hear you say it, so we'll give you the 400
Oh
points.
wait, did you hear me say October 10th?
Huh?
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes.
Did you hear me say
No,
October 10th?
give me the point.
All right.
Yeah,
So, are we
October
clear
10th.
on the rules now? Are you guys good?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Yeah, I think it's more clear on
Okay. So let's go ahead. Mr. Jones, you are the one that got the last one correct. So you keep going until Mr. Willie gets it correct.
All right, the toughest one. Sport and entertainment. The truth is, I know nothing about sport, but let's do it.
Sports and entertainment for what?
1,000. Hardest question.
This individual won the first edition of the MTN Yellow Star competition.
Okay. What is Candace Cooper?
Who is Candace Cooper? That is correct.
But listen, what is
Once you answer in a question format, that's all that matters. What is?
Nah, the truth is the questions I get even register why. That's his own.
So Mr. Jones has 1,800 points. So we keep going. Go again.
Okay. Question now. All right, I'll go to the. All right, good. Counties 1,000. Counties 1,000.
Let me try to win you, Mr. Tingba. I hope you have a plan.
Oh
yes. Yeah, of course. We implementing a strategy.
This county hosted the OAU conference in 1959.
All right, what is
Nima County hosted. What is Nima? Come on.
That is
Nima,
correct.
Nima County. What is Nima County?
Imagine my hometown. Imagine my
You
home
already
county.
said it,
What is
Mr.
Nima
Tingba.
County? Yeah.
Yeah, my home county. I forgot. My home county.
So you got 600 points now.
Yes, of course. Sure.
All right, so Mr. Tingba, you get to select the next category, and
let's go 1,000 2023 election.
all right.
Yeah.
2023 elections for 1,000. At its inception, the NEC was referred to as this.
What is
the National Election Commission?
That is incorrect.
What is the Independent National
That
Election
is
Commission?
also incorrect. 2 more seconds.
Oh God,
What is the Election Commission or ECOM?
So
both of you got it wrong. So we're going to minus
problem. We don't know what
1,000. So
election.
Mr. Jones has 800 minus 1,000. Mr. Tingba has negative 400.
Negative 400.
So, but Mr. Tingba,
Great.
since you were the last one to answer correctly, you get to go again.
Okay. Let's go. 1,000 all Liberian things. All things Liberians.
All things Liberian for 1,000. The people not want anything else but 1,000 now. This term is used to describe puppies.
What is
dog?
What is
dog? I said it. What is dog?
What is dog?
This term is used to describe puppies. This term is
What
used
is dog?
So what is dog?
Dog.
I said it.
What is dog referred to? What is dog described as?
I said
What is dog described as?
2 more seconds.
What is dog described
What is small dog?
What is dog, baby?
I said small dog, General. I said small dog. Seriously, I just said small dog. I just said small dog. So you gotta look at that.
The key word here was puppies. Remember, puppies. So any dog can be Yeah.
Okay.
So what is
But I
dog
said small
baby?
dog. I said small
So
dog.
sadly,
But
Of
I said
course,
small
Mr.
dog.
Chris will not give you
of
that because
course.
there's a specific phrase that we're looking for, dog baby.
No
We
problem.
call it in Labrador, we don't call dog baby, small dog.
Yeah.
So Mr. Timber is back to
I
you.
think elaborate all things is interesting. That elaborate all
So
things
none of y'all got that
interesting.
question wrong.
So let's go.
It's just the way you said it. Nobody got it wrong, so we're not subtracting any points. Mhm.
Let's go. Let's go. Sports and entertainment 800.
Sports and Entertainment 800. This player won the MVP at the 2022 Orange National League.
Uh, uh, Madikis is Mad. Who is Madigi Sedeki? Who is Madigi Sidiki?
Who is Sidiki Kumar?
Who is
Hey, man, you try, brother. You try. You try. You try. Why you doing the Madigi for? The Madigi factor.
So I'm gonna
Sidiki
subtract.
Kumar? Who is Sidiki?
I'm gonna subtract 800 from you. So now you're negative 1,200.
Wow.
Jesus.
So you owe us spending money on my man. But go ahead, since you got the last one correct, you can still go.
Take a chance.
Let's go 1,000 technology.
Oh, the man going to a few now. Technology 1,000. All right. The term black hat is used to describe these types of
What
individuals
is hacker? What is hacker?
who are
What is
unethical
black
hackers.
hat hacker?
I
Who
said,
are
what is
unethical
hacker?
hacker?
Yeah, no, but we're late.
Yeah.
We're late. We're late. I said hacker, but
So who said you that?
Nobody got that because there's a specific term we're looking for here, unethical. Because there are ethical hackers and there are unethical hackers.
Okay.
we
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, the white hat is ethical, the black is unethical.
So when we say black hat,
So
we're
we
looking
agree.
for unethical. Yeah. So
Agree.
would that award any points?
So we go again.
But go ahead, Mr. Tingba.
Let's go 800
So we get
technology.
800 technology.
1847.
This IT field uses technology to enable robots to perform comparable human tasks such as speech recognition, decision making, etc.
What is artificial intelligence?
Anybody else want to try?
Wait, I want to say root. What is robotic? Robotic. What is robotic?
I'm trying to place it. I get it in my head, but I'm trying to place the
2 more
question.
seconds. What is artificial
I
intelligence?
said artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
I said artificial intelligence.
intelligence is it, but I'm
I
trying
did say artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Nobody, Mr. Host, if we get answer, I think you just show the
Yeah,
answer.
the
But you
key
didn't
thing you
answer.
should fight for is the artificial
I said, what
intelligence.
is
And
No, you're correct, Mr. Jones. You got it right.
Yeah. Oh, my you
There you go. You got it right. So you got 1,600 now.
I know. I said what is artificial intelligence. You know, you didn't.
So Mr. Jones, go ahead.
So now I choose it. The truth is, if I choose 1847 shoe, I'm not sure that I'll get more information. So let's do 800 counties of that period. 800.
These 3 counties border Sierra Leone.
What is Grand Cape Mount, Lofa, and Babudo?
what Grand Kid Mount.
You already said it.
Okay.
I got my answer. The truth is, okay, just be calling it about all the English culture now. But that's it.
All right. So Mr. Jones is in the lead with 2,400 points. Mr. Tingba, I hope you have a plan.
I really don't think so, but however we are.
So we got two daily doubles here on the board. 2 daily doubles. And what daily doubles means is if you get that question right, your score will double based on the point value. So I'm going to tell you I'm not going to tell you where the daily doubles are located, but they are in 2 of these categories. 2 different categories. And they are worth pretty high points. So that's the only information I'll give you. But Mr. Jones, go ahead and select a category.
I think, 800 all things Liberia.
All things Liberia for 800.
Yeah.
The term point means nothing. True
What?
or false?
I'm not doing.
What is nothing? What is nothing?
We already gave
I'm
you the
not,
definition. We know the term funds means nothing.
what is I'm
What
not
is
doing it.
nothing?
What is?
I'm not
We're
doing
asking
it.
you: is it true or false? True or false?
The term
It
point
means-
means nothing. Yeah, true. True. What is true? What is
Yeah,
true?
Mr. Jones got it right. What is true?
Oh, but your question was
Well,
confusing. Oh, you were asking. No, but that question
No,
was
this is.
confusing.
I should have said true or false first, but that's why it's looking for.
Yeah, but I'm saying it true or false, and I was saying,
but
imagine I was
Mr.
talking
June won
again.
the show. Mr. June already won the show, so
Don't
let's
give up
just
yet. You see
Nah,
how
let's
it's
many
not
do it.
questions we
over.
have left? Don't. I you give up.
What?
If you win this game, Mr.
All
Tingba, it will
right,
be
let's
even
do
more
80 for the
impressive.
sound show. 1,000.
If you win this game, it will be
The
very
only
impressive.
1,000, but let's do it. All right, the only 1,000. Let's take it. 1,080 for the sound
All
show.
right,
Let's
so
try
this
it.
is a daily double. This one right here is a daily double. So if you get this, you'll get 2,000 points.
Wow. So the mean that for me. Oh,
So I'm going to open it up now.
let me get.
This is the name of the other game played during the 1847 game show.
Which other game?
That's what we're asking for.
The particular game you're playing?
This is the name of the other game played during the 1847 game show. So we played 2 games during the game show. What is the
What
other?
is Jacquard?
Wait.
Jacquard is the name of the other game play 1847, something like that. I'm basically confused about posting the questions, but it's Johad, something like that.
All
Actually, I
right,
have
time
no
is
clue.
up. What is 1847? So we have our own
1847.
game on the show. It's called 1847.
Ah.
So Mr. Tingba, sorry, we have to minus 1,000 points from you. All right, it looks like you just go in the opposite direction. Okay, we got one more daily double here. I will not tell you where, but Mr. Jones, please continue.
Yeah. Or let's do 600 all things Liberia.
All right. Finish the sentence. Cheche Pole.
What is Cheche Pole mind your business?
Nope.
Chiche
5 more seconds.
Pole. Chiche Pole my business.
What is pizza body?
Oh, no, but you didn't say we get opposite.
No, Cheche
You said we should finish the sentence.
It said finish the sentence. Every time when people say Cheche Pole, they can always say pizza body.
So Chiche
No,
Pole.
but no, but the truth is, these words are looking at different synonym. I can either say pizza body.
Yeah,
or
you
chicken
read that.
body.
Why I can be minus 800 from you? I can be minus 600, not 800. So 600. And then Mr. Tingba too, you said the C answer the mirror already said. Mr. Jones, go ahead.
What? 800 or 2023 election.
2023 elections for 800.
800.
The National Election Commission is located between these 2 streets.
Yeah, what is? Hey God. 13 and 14th Street. What is 13th?
Anybody can answer this question. We got 5 more seconds.
I mean, I know, but they're trying. I can always see that building. I should have taken 14th Street.
So
Time.
what
hour?
is 10?
19.
What is 10 and 9 street? What is 10? What are 10 and 9 street?
You answer late. You answer late.
Yeah, I got it now. I said 10. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
No, let's get it, brother. The point. Let's get it, brother.
Mr.
The
Jones,
point.
Yeah,
we're gonna
what is
subtract.
10 and 9 street? Yeah.
We're gonna subtract 800 from Mr. Jones.
Yeah, no problem. This situation getting. Oh. Yeah. No.
And then Mr. Tingba, you answered late, so unfortunately we can't give you credit for that.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Now, Mr. Jones, go ahead.
All right, so let's do 600.
So this is a daily double here. This is the last daily double. So if you get this answer correct, you'll receive 1,200 points. So prepare yourself. This term refers to a facility house that houses servers, storage systems, routers, etc.
What is
What is a hub?
data center? What is data
What is a
center?
data center? That is correct.
Oh, yeah. This is very exciting.
So the main guy, 1,200 points. So now he's in the lead by 3,000. And then Mr. Tingba is going the opposite direction with something. All right. So no more daily double. Mr. Jones, please continue.
Wow.
But let's do 2023 election 600.
2023 election 600. This individual served as the co-chair and is currently the chairperson of the National Election Commission.
Where's my brother go for ya?
I really don't know.
The truth is we can be behind computer a lot. We can be
All right, 5 more seconds.
But I can try the correct. That is Jerome Vadia.
Time. Who is Devita Brown?
Devita Brown.
So we got to subtract points from Mr. Jones for trying.
Yes. You don't know your remains mute.
Yeah, because you try me.
So I think obviously, I think this show is showing our weakness that we can follow politics. I'm saying for you.
All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead and select another.
All right, let's complete all things that grow. 200 all things that grow. Let's clear that out. 200.
This term, Babi, means this.
What is Big Brother?
Mr. Jones said it first. What is Big Brother? Let me not let you. Let me add your points there. 200. All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead. Continue another category.
All right, 2023 election 200. Let's clear that out.
All right. The voter registration for the 2023 general elections commenced on this date.
Who knows it? I recently, so in March.
You can say something if you're not sure.
What is March 26, 2023?
What is March 2023? So I just got to subtract 200. At this point, I will not even hear you. I can't hear you anymore, sir.
I'm already dangling.
Okay, Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
Go ahead and select the next category.
So we go again. So let's do sport and entertainment.
Which one?
The truth is I know the answer. So
200.
Entertainment and sport 600.
All right.
Yeah, 600 entertainment and sport.
This individual has the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Who is Minister of Youth?
Mr. Tingba said it first with confidence.
Yeah, Mr. Tingba, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna add 600 points here. All right. So he has negative 2,400 points now. Mr. Tingba, back to you now. You can still win this game, or it's still fragile. Don't overlook you.
Yeah, 400 sports and entertainment.
Sports and entertainment for 400. This individual was crowned Artist of the Year in 2022 by the MTN Liberian Music Awards.
Who is Teddy
Ra?
Mr. Jones said it first. Who is Teddy Ra?
I know. The truth is, these guys are blocking like one that I know the answer.
So add his points here. So 3,000 for Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, go ahead, select the next category.
Well, seeing if the entertainment question is about music, I can know the answer about sport. So that's 200 for entertainment sport.
This individual scored the equalizing goal in the first leg of the 2024 AFCON qualifier.
Who is William Jabo. Who is William Jabo?
Who is Tony Stisler?
Who is William Jabo?
Who is Mo Sangare? So you both got it wrong.
Wow.
In the first leg.
No.
Sangare.
Oh, the both first layer. Oh shit! I thought that. Yes. I thought it was.
The Eagle last thing.
It's true. I don't
Okay,
understand.
the first Eagle.
First leg. So we're minus from both of you. So minus and then minus. So you're almost equal. You're in the opposite way.
I hope we will play this game another time. Yes. Seriously.
All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead.
400 technology. Let's play that out.
400 technology. This is Mr. Tingba Field too, so he's very much interested. This IT field safeguards the assets of users and businesses online by preventing hacks, malware, and other cyber attacks.
What is cybersecurity? What is
What is cybersecurity?
Mr. Tingba said it first. What is cybersecurity?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Tingba, back to you.
Technology 200.
You don't finish that one.
So, Clay, technology.
This university started as a vocational institution in 2014 and received a permanent permit in 2015 to offer degrees.
What is Stars College of Science and Technology?
Anybody else? We got 8 seconds. That is incorrect.
No, I missed it. What is Blue Crest University?
Mr. Tingba, come on, man.
But I wanted to answer that question.
Mr. Tingba, they said the first one, so you know that.
But you know the problem about it? My mind was not even going to Liberia.
Everything is about Liberia. This question here, everything is about Liberia. This is the 1847 show, my man. We're all about Liberia.
So the way I answered the question was second. I was taking my point.
No. So right now you got your point. You okay, but you got your point. Yeah, you got your point. Mr. Tingba, I was really expecting him to take on because that's his own school. He even taught there.
Yeah, my mind said I didn't go into that.
All right, Mr. Jones, back to you.
All 1847 question to answer. 600 countries of Liberia. 600 countries of
This
Liberia.
country flag has a dominant gold background with a central diamond and a tree at the bottom of the bottom right of the flag.
What is Bagbodu? What is Bagbodu County?
Anybody else want to try? What is Bagbodu County? That is correct. You still want to say something?
That is correct. No Bagbodu. No, all right.
So lead the man toss, so you take a mouse from the man.
No, once you say the correct answer, I have to show it. Yeah.
No problem.
So I assist on you. Now you got 1,000, negative 1,006.
But how come you waiting till my mind should know the country flag?
Maybe your girlfriend from Babylon or something.
Your whole country, no, what? No, man.
All right, Mr. Tingba, back to you.
So let's go 400 countries of Liberia.
Come if you find where to hold me out.
This country is the home of the current vice president.
That is one county. That is one county.
I've been already.
What is Lofa County?
Is that current vice president?
No. The current vice president. I said Bon County.
The current vice president?
I said Bon County first. It's Joao in a Bon County. I said
Bon County.
You sure?
I said it first. Yeah.
Joseph
Baga is for Lofa. He's not a current vice president. So I want to the current vice president for Bon County. I said it first.
Hold on 1 second.
And so I'm going to say Bon County.
No, you guys are mistaken. I just double checked.
The court. Well, all right, wait.
Who's
the current vice president of Liberia?
It's actually Lofa. Just wait, let me share my screen.
Mr. Host, who's the current vice president? Now the question you need to ask who's
the current vice president is Joa Howard Taylor.
Hey, boy, you say Lofa now?
So hold on.
If you have Lofa, you're not so much change me there.
What does it say?
We say Bon County.
Hold on, where did I see this just now? Right here. Jua Howard Taylor born Zozo Lofa.
Now what I do on
Oh,
that
okay.
too. They put again do what
Oh, okay.
You seen it right there, right?
Impossible. That's
Okay.
Unless you want to say I don't want to
She's
hear
from
and
there
take
by
the
birth,
now.
that
She's
information needs to be
from there by
edited.
birth, right?
Let me
It's not
click on the
accurate.
actual article here so you see.
How would Joao Taylor be from Nova County? That's screenshot. Yeah, there people are saying Joao Taylor from Bonga there, but the person is
That's the. She's a senator of. She was a senator of Bon County. Maybe that way you're confusing it, but
we know she was a senator, but the one has always been in Bonga County. It's strange that she was from Nova. Anyway, we'll do our research and see.
yeah, do your research. But I just put it up so you guys can see too. So both of you got it wrong. You still owe me my points. I won't forget.
No, but he wasn't the one who answered, so you can take it from him.
So
I wasn't part of that.
if you are correct, you come to say he the one answer.
Yeah, he is.
Let me search out the point. But
That's 400.
Good. Hey, don't subtract when I get real. God, thank you. I get real information right. We go to the executive mansion website at Bureau. This is the profile of Dr. Joao Taylor. Hey, yeah.
huh?
You see what I highlighted? You see what I highlighted, Jenna, from the executive mansion website?
Mm-hmm.
President Joao Taylor is the daughter of Bon County, born to the rural also of Benin. See, here you go.
No,
This
but
is
that
another
doesn't
here,
say
Bon
anything
County.
though. Being a daughter does not mean you're from.
Yeah, continue going. Why
We need to
she
see where it
was
says born, not daughter.
No, but the fun I even mentioned, but the credit
I
is
mean, just take the L, take the loss and move on, my man. She was senator. That's probably why they're saying that she was a daughter because she was a senator, but that does not mean you were born there. No, but it's okay. It's okay. I think you can handle the loss. All right, let's continue. Who was the last person that got it right? I think it was Mr. Jones. So go ahead.
Yeah, I lose the point. Actually, it's good that we're having a conversation about the vice president.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go 880 for the sound show.
All right. The show started in this month in 2023.
What is March 1823?
What is January 2023?
I actually had January in my mouth.
Hey, Mr. Timber, your own animal.
So Joao from Nova.
If y'all want to stay behind, we can argue about it later on. All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead.
But Mr. Jones already won the competition. There is no way
we
I
got to
can
finish
with
strong
that.
though.
Let's go.
Reduce
680 for the
your
sound show.
negative number, my man. You got to reduce that number.
680 for the
You
sound
don't want to
show.
hold a record for most negative number. The current series consists of this many episodes.
What is Digital Liberia?
The current series consists of this many episodes.
What is 10 episode? 10 episode is the
What
current
are 5
series.
episodes?
Because I'm not been here. I decided to.
Sorry.
Wow.
All right. Negative 3,400. All right. So now, Mr. Jones, which one?
Yeah. All right, 480 for the sound show.
This individual was the only female interview in the current series.
Who is Shalom Masale?
Who is Shalom Masale? That is correct. All right. So now you to Negative 3,000. All right. So please go ahead, Mr. Tingba.
1847, 200.
This is the title of the current series.
What is digital
What
Liberia?
is digital Liberia?
That is correct, Mr. Tingba. What is digitalized Liberia? So add 200 here. All right. Now we're just going to select this since it's the last one. This county birthed Grand Bassa County.
Grand Bassa. Grand Bassa. What is Sino County? If I miss it, I am.
That is incorrect. 5 more seconds.
Manas.
What is
Grand Bassa, I'm trying.
Magidi County?
That is also incorrect.
What is
Riverside County.
But how will we say Grand Bassa and Grand Bassa be back? Riverside?
All right, go ask the historian now, not ask me.
How you manage, boy?
So let's subtract point from both. Okay. Well, that concludes the game show. What do you guys think about it? How was it?
Amazing, very, very amazing. And I'll just hope that we continue, or wish that we continue every Friday or every Saturday, rather, like this.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
So
We
I
get, we
actually
get,
want to get back at Chris. So I want to follow him by Saturday. Next week.
you get mine for Chris.
I want to revenge. Yes, I just want to revenge. Now
Yeah.
I've understood the rules of the game. I'm on time with the game, so I'm prepared for Chris by next Saturday.
Yeah, we can set that up for sure as a fun thing to do. But Mr. Jones, as the winner, any words of encouragement for your man, because it seems like he's a little down.
So, yes, so I would like to encourage the comrades to work hard. All is not lost. All is not lost.
It's not the end of the war.
We will see. Not the end of the war. You will get
You gotta remind that man that he's
revenge,
working towards his master. There are bigger things in life.
Yeah, there are a lot of things you need to achieve in life. Coming, we need a dinner. That part of stuff.
That man owe
All right,
points.
I
My
think
man, Mr.
someone
Timber,
here
you owe 3,000 points. So how will get that money?
So by next Saturday when we return, then we can see how best to give back. So yeah, you just mark the point. Chris is already 2004 and negative 3,000. So we continue with the points by next Saturday.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. It's been a great time. Thank you for the time, and I know it's been a little longer than our usual show, but that pretty much concludes our show. To anyone watching, I'm gonna give the floor to these guys just one last time to say any last words before we go for the day. Just make it short and brief. Any last thing you would like to say to anybody watching?
Before I even say, before I say my
Yeah,
last
so
thing,
thanks
I would like
thanks
to
very
really-
much
to really-
for
I want to say,
the initiative, and I
Oh, sorry.
had it needed as we raise awareness for the advancement of IT in Liberia and the encouragement of mobility across the country. So we ask that we have more young people find interest into this to see how best we can bridge the digital gap that exists between Liberia and other neighboring countries. So thank you very much, my dear brother. I really do appreciate, and congratulations to my dear brother and friend Chris Jones for flocking me a very wild point on the 1847 show. Imagine you're the very first person to play the game to walk away with this negative 3,000, and there's something that you're gonna be stuck in my mind like a tattoo, and I will never forget. I'm gonna get prepared for Chris by next Saturday so that I can come and revenge. So thank you very much, Prince Jebo, and thanks Chris Jones for the time. I really do appreciate. Let's continue this for the development of country like Liberia. I believe we can have platform like this constantly talking about youth development, initiated that go across every sector of our knowledge-based economy. I believe that Liberia wants to see as a young people we can actually achieve and live to see that Liberia. So thank you very much, and let's have a wonderful weekend. And thanks to all of our audience. We look forward to seeing you guys by next Saturday for the event. Mind you, I will have all of my people on board, all of my cheering squad will be in the comment section to cheer me so that we can come and refresh.
Don't worry, man.
All right, thank you, Mr. Willie. Mr. Jones?
Yeah, before I give my parting words, I would like to reiterate that I've come across different articles on the internet that publish wrong information about Liberia. And the information of the vice president being born in Lofa is something we need to investigate because there are a lot of information that we need to discover. So we're going to ask the vice president office to confirm that, but for now, we rest our case.
Yes.
If we come back for the revenge march, my brother Tima need to get ready because the revenge march will be quite intense. And maybe we'll come back to conclude that the vice president of born in Lofa or not.
For sure.
All right. I would like to once again thank the organizer, our host, event doing well, Mr. Jebo. Jebo, wait, you brother to the football player?
No, he's spelling on with an E. I'm a Jabo.
No problem. So all right, it's Jabo, right? So yeah, we hope to continue this conversation. A lot of young people can understand that our country depends on us. Our country depends on our resource, which is our talent. How we can use it to improve this nation. How we can even use it to empower ourselves, which is good. We need to have this conversation that we were talking about young females, how we can encourage them to the space. So this was exciting, and thanks again for having me. And I can't wait for the revenge match. My brother waiting match. You have some handkerchief to wipe your face. Because I love this. But thanks again.
Yes, thank you all. And then to everyone watching, you've been watching the 1847 show, and I've been your host, Prince Lamin Jabo. Thanks for watching. Until next time, God bless you and God bless Mama Liberia. Take care.
Lucky ball.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of Liberia and to the republic for which it stands. One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I don't know. Listen. Mama Liberia, you will rise again. And more your friend and you will shine again. Yeah. Nobody will look down on you again. I prophesy to you, you will regain your dignity again. All hill, Liberia hill. Red, white, and blue is where I represent for sure. This new land of liberty shall long be for all of us. I'm not talking about one person, all of us. History said you've been the cornerstone of Africa. You've been our safe place when it's free slave came back to Africa. That green pepper goes. Hey, Mama Liberia. I can't wait to see you taking over Africa. We got the power